Hey everyone, it's Max here, and today I am partnering with Paradox Interactive to bring you the beginner's first 10 steps to starting in Stellaris. Whether you're a new player or maybe you're just returning to the game after a little bit of a break, I'm going to get you started on the right foot. Let's just jump right into it. The first and most important step is to pick an empire that looks the most fun to you. Especially if you're brand new to Stellaris, don't overthink it. Play what you think is cool and just start exploring. Stellaris has infinite replayability. That said, spending a little time while customizing your first empire is also cool if you want to play around with the game's incredible customizability. If you're looking for a recommendation for your starting empire, the United Nations of Earth is my de facto pick, and you'll notice something very familiar about your starting star system if you do. The game starts paused, so you'll have a chance to dial in the first few decisions for the direction of your stellar empire. Be sure to choose your 3 starting technologies, give some orders to your construction ship and your science vessel, maybe even queue up a second science vessel at your starting starport, and give your empire's policies a once-over. After all that, you can unpause the game by clicking the icon in the upper right corner of the screen, or by pressing the spacebar. This is a really useful shortcut you can use to pause the game when things are getting kinda hectic. Don't forget, you can also adjust the speed of the game in the upper right hand corner as well. If you feel like the game is moving too slow or things are happening too quickly, you can adjust the speed using the plus and minus buttons up there. I also recommend that you slow things down to the slowest speed during a big combat so you can watch your enemy's shiny ships explode up close. Now, before you unpause the game, it's important to get your technology research up and running as soon as possible. The 3 notifications at the top of your screen will let you know that it's time to choose a technology to study in each of those 3 tech trees: physics, engineering, and society. Each tree is responsible for different elements of your galactic civilization, and there are so many different technologies to research. Every research tree also has a lead scientist that you have to recruit from the leaders panel. At the beginning, those lead scientists are already recruited, but eventually they will grow old and die, so you'll need to recruit new leaders in the future to replace those who come before. Leaders have various traits that you can match to the job that they're performing. So while you shouldn't worry too much about finding the perfect scientist, do keep a lookout for scientists with the spark of genius and the maniacal traits, or with traits that benefit the type of research you want to pursue, like voidcraft. This will increase the speed at which you study new ship types and starbase upgrades. In order to expand your borders, you're going to need to survey each system with a science vessel before you can claim it. Toggle the map to the galaxy view by pressing the M key and select an idle science vessel. With your science vessel selected, you can right-click on an unsurveyed system and select Survey, which will order the scientists on board to investigate the system for you. You can queue up several systems to be surveyed one after another by holding the Shift key and giving these orders, which will be useful for you so you can focus on the other elements of the game at the same time. Your little science vessel is doing great surveying the stars, but wouldn't it be faster if you built more? You can build additional science vessels at the shipyard attached to your home system's starport. Remember though, science vessels require a scientist on board to explore the stars. Click on your new science vessel that you've created from your shipyard and select the leader profile image. Recruit a new leader for the ship, and now they can head out and explore new discoveries for you. After a system has been fully surveyed by your science vessel, you'll know because the system's name in the galaxy view has changed from gray to white. You can send in a construction ship to claim the system by building a starbase. Starbases expand your borders and allow you to colonize new planets and exploit the resources in each system. Just be sure to keep an eye out for defensive choke points in the hyperlane network. Building out a defensive position here will help you keep those Xenos out. See those little icons underneath each system name? Those are the resources and research that you can gather if you control that system, but you'll need to build mining stations and research stations in order to benefit from them. Once a starbase has been built in a system, you can use your construction ship to build these stations, just like you built the starbase. Right-click on the system in the galaxy view and select Build Mining or Build Research Station. Each station requires minerals to be built, so if one of these options is grayed out for you, it's probably because you're missing the minerals necessary to build all of that type of station in a system. Now, let's look at your homeworld and planets. You can access the planet view by clicking on the planet directly. clicking on your empire's emblem next to the system name in the galaxy view, or by clicking on the planet's name in the outliner on the right. To expand your production, you're going to need to build districts on your planets. Districts provide jobs and housing for your population, and they help you generate more energy, minerals, food, or advanced resources like alloys or consumer goods. Every planet is different, so some planets are perfect for agriculture and generating food, while others are rich in minerals. These differences, along with the planet's size, determine the maximum number of districts you can build on that planet. Clicking on a district will queue it up to be built, but you might reach a point where you're blocked from building more. At that point, you should check the features panel of the planet window. There might be a blocker that needs to be cleared out before you can proceed to build additional districts. In addition to districts are buildings. You can build a maximum of 12 on every planet regardless of the planet's size. New building slots are opened by building city districts and also by a few specific technologies and traditions. Remember though, you're going to need a large population on your planet to actually work the districts and the buildings that you create. Each district and building has an upkeep cost, so try not to build too many at once or you may find yourself with an energy deficit if you don't have the population to support them. You can see how many jobs you're providing and how many jobs you need to provide on the right panel of the planet window, looking at the jobs and unemployment values. If you have an abundance of jobs and no one to work them, you're going to need to wait for your population on that planet to grow. Or you can destroy some districts and buildings, or prioritize jobs in the population tab at the bottom of the planet window. Lastly, keep an eye on your planetary stability. This represents how stable living is on your planet. Stability is affected by the planet's habitability, its crime rate, access to amenities and consumer goods, and its available housing. All of these can be improved by you by building the right districts and buildings on each planet. Is your first planet getting a little cramped? It's time to colonize another one. Your science vessels will find habitable worlds for your population to live on. Look for green planets that hover next to a system's name in the galaxy view. You'll need to build a starbase in the system first, and then send a colony ship to colonize the planet. You can build a colony ship the same way that you built a science vessel in the shipyard located at your starting system. Or you can colonize the planet from the planet window by clicking Colonize and selecting the species you want to send down to that planet. If the Colonize button is grayed out, you can hover over it to understand what's stopping you from landing there. In fact, this is a useful tip for any icon in the game. Being blocked from colonizing the planet may just be an anomaly that needs to be researched by a science vessel first. Those were our 10 first steps for starting your galactic empire in Stellaris. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you're looking for an in-depth beginner's guide for the game, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/maxthecatfish. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and happy spacefaring.